the middle of winter now, and when we're doing our December holly decoration, Christmas decoration video, we know on the way back we didn't put it in the video, but some of these trees and some of the bushes have little buds on them, so we're going to see, like, look, this one, it has little tiny buds on it, because like that plum also has kind of different ones, and they're green inside, kind of greenish on the inside, and this also has buds, and also the cherry has buds, and we think that tree also has buds, and some of these bushes, like this little blackcurrant bush, also has buds, and on the first ever Foraging with Seth episode with the gooseberry bush, it also had some buds on it. So, and it's not just in this edible garden, because there's some others, because if we just go right through that cemetery, there's still tons and tons of different buds. That tree has some buds on it. This tree has buds on it. Also, but some things like the teasel that was here don't have buds. This ivy around this tree doesn't have buds, but some of the twigs from the tree do. And some of these bigger trees are too high up to see if there's buds on it, but I think I can make out some buds. I can also see some buds on that tree and those trees. But this holly has no buds at all. This tree has buds. And like most of the other trees, this thing also has buds. But that's not the actual main reason why we came looking for the buds today, because there's another little tree that is quite common in this other cemetery right here, and it's the horse chestnut, and it has some quite odd buds on it. So as you can see, this tree has some bigger buds on it. There's quite a lot of them. Also from the first wilderness video here ages ago, we have this little opinel that my cameraman introduced, and also this foraging knife with scissors, and and some of these birds we're going to take home and look under the microscope. And also something weirder about the horse chestnut birds. Let me see if you can reach them. Okay.
The side one, the big one at the end.
It's open as far as it can. It's just squeeze. Yeah.
Will you be better get the ones from the side?
And this one's good.
So you've got secateurs.
Yeah, we should have brought. Oh, we're getting it. And as you can see, from the inside of the bud, it has this little white stuff in it. How are we going to carry it? Come on, take it. Now my hands are really sticky. Okay. Back there when I showed you that one bud that I pulled off, there was something different to most of the other buds, because it wasn't really actually a full bud, it was quite hollow. Anyway, let's go get some more bud samples from the edible garden. The edible garden is also known as the community garden. It's not normally called the edible garden. We're going to get some more bud samples from a few different of the little bush shrubs and trees. So this tree, do you know when I showed you that from that tree right there, the buds, they were filled with a white thing, but if you cut one of these quite oddly shaped buds, yeah, look, instead of being white on the inside, it's quite green on the inside. And take that one back to see under the microscope. Here we have that old little dot, which was actually not that healthy, blackcurrant bush, which is also smells quite nice, and also it is quite hollow and green on the inside. I think something came out. Let me another one. I think something came out of that one, so that one actually has something on the inside. And then there was one other thing that we're going to get. We got that one, which is normal. And then I think there was a cherry blossom somewhere. I think this was it. This one was also green on the inside. Oh, I think that might be all of the samples we're getting. Ooh. So, let's go to the microscope and let's go look at it underneath the microscope. So we're back with our buds and our microscope, and first of all we have this little bud that we have, and with the moustache challenge that we did when we looked at moustaches, we put some black card underneath it.
Yeah, that definitely works better. So can you remember which one this one was by any chance?
No, this one was definitely that one in the edible garden.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Yes, it was. That was the one that we thought might be the apple or the
cherry blossom.
Yeah.
Then we also have this one from the blackcurrant. Then obviously we have the horse chestnut.
So what do you think's going on with this one then? What do we think these are here? This is quite interesting part.
Maybe they're like petalish things. I'm gonna cut through it with and put it on this chopping board with a little pen knife.
So you think these might be petals or maybe even leaves? Do we think?
Yeah, kind of like it kind of looks like a stitch, a patch.
It does.
So cut it through the centre.
Let's see what we've got in there. Oof. There we go. I think. Oh, and I can actually fold it out so we can
take one half.
Take one half. And then there's another half. There we go.
This is the best we could show you like that, but then in the microscope.
Oh no, this is starting to look interesting. There we go.
You can see that little semicircle, but you can kind of see a tiny one on the thing. I don't know if you can.
Maybe turn the brightness down a little bit.
That's way too low.
I was turning it up a little bit.
It's really bright in the middle.
It is really bright in the middle. It's reflecting stuff, but that's kind of white wood, isn't it? It's the bud that we're interested in. So, what do we think we're seeing here then?
That white bit has actually thing.
Yeah, so I think that's like fresh wood, isn't it?
Yeah. So we got like maybe that bit there. Let me show you.
There you go. There you have the knife privileges.
I think. Can you see that lightish green bit right there?
Yeah.
That bit might be like the seed, and that bit is like a fertilizing bit to like try and get it to grow up, and like something like that. And then it grows through and out of it, and then it.
Yep, so I'm getting this. Can I get this back in? There we go. So what you're saying
the bit
is
above is like helps it grow instead of just like because like when they want it to grow, it'll try and get it to grow instead of just having it.
There you go. I've got something pointing. See, I think you might well be right about this bit here. That's where
the seed is.
The energy, because the seed's more to do with reproduction, isn't it? But it's like a germ or energy. Yeah. But this here, I was wondering if this is really tightly wrapped leaves.
Yeah.
Can you see? So if we flip this over, well, actually we look at the other one. We have the other one the right way up, so we can see the top of it. Then that one.
Yeah, because as we saw in the thing.
There we go. So then if we zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, that.
Oops, go the right way.
That you can actually
do a bit of focusing.
That bit has a...
There we go.
When I said, oh wow, that's because that bit has a little slash in it.
It does, doesn't it?
I think that was where I tried to cut it, but then moved it down. That bit actually also has a little slash. It's there.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if what we're actually seeing is these here are leaf buds.
Wait, maybe if we flip that one, the other one around to see if it looks the same.
Okay. Let's have a look. This one. Put them both up this way. It could be. Oh, it looks like an old scar though, because look, it goes all the way around. I think that's an old scar. Oh, I wonder if that is.
Maybe if we had them like the opposite way round. That's what I meant.
What do you mean? Both of them upside down. Both of them, so you can see the middle.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
See how similar they look. So that one is our new one, I think, which looks good.
Yeah, the new one's on the right.
Yeah, and then that one was the one that we had before. Because it also has that little...
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm going to take this one,
Yeah.
the new one. Oh, wait, no. Might been no, I don't even know which one was the new one.
The thick one's the one that went down first when we cut it.
If I do... and put that piece underneath.
Oh, perfect.
We have that bit, and then I'm thinking if we try and scoop both of those bits out, we can look at them more clearly.
Okay, you've got the better eyesight than me, so go for it. Do be careful though, because that's a non-locking knife, so it does have a tendency to slip.
I've gone into the seed
Yeah.
a bit more. Now it's stuck on the knife.
It's stuck on the knife, isn't it?
But there you go.
There we go.
And we've got just the seed. Try and find it. No, what's that bit? That bit's the seed. So that bit is just the seed I cut out.
And then what are you hoping to see from that? Shall we go right in?
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Easy. It'll focus now then. Turn the brightness down so we're not getting to so
You
much
can
reflection.
really see why I cut it off. Just turn
Bit of
the
a
brightness
delay there.
off. If I
There
take
we
the
go.
other piece and get...
So what are you hoping to see from that then?
I was trying to see the like skin of the seed.
Right.
Not me. But if we can turn it around, it's not. And I've got the other piece right now and I'm trying to cut that other bit out.
Okay.
Well, you can just peel that bit out. That bit. Got that little thing that I said with the fertilizer.
Yeah.
Right there.
So do you want this under or are you looking at the thing that you're
Put that
peeling
thing
out?
under.
Right.
Then I've also got the seed which I might get out. I'll give you this piece which has none of the fat. So is that the seed? Oh,
That is the I think that is the leafy bit. Look, you're really starting to see that these are leaves now. Can you
I've got
see
just
like
the
petals? Petals or leaves. But I suppose it'll depend, won't it? So it'll depend on whether the first thing that
Here's the seed.
appears is flowers or leaves, isn't it? Now most things I think the leaves come first, but not always. As well from what we've been reading.
So now it's like, there's the seed. Because really, you can just peel them out.
Yeah.
So now if you put this thing underneath.
Oh, well, let that settle down. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's just the thing on it. I think that's just from the knife. Or something.
There we go. That's focused in.
Yeah, what is that bit? The
Uh,
tiny little.
I'm not sure. There's tiny little black dots or dark dots. Yeah, I don't know.
And now if we put this piece underneath there, if we can find that piece.
Which bit was it?
There it is. Look, there you can see I have scooped out the seed from there and the fertilizer bit.
Yeah.
Instead of just cutting them out, I just realised.
You can just scoop them out. Well, there we go. So I wonder whether we're going to see anything similar with the other ones then.
Yeah. So
You'd think you would, wouldn't you? But we'll see.
This one was the one where when we was cutting it off, we found those little green bits inside.
All right. So them being distinctly green. So we look at it from the outside first. So that's.
I can see your finger.
There we go.
Oh wait, no, that's not your.
Oh no, I wasn't expecting that. This is so tiny, I couldn't see any of that. That looks.
Yeah, you can actually see it, kind of.
So look, he's looking.
Like a little artichoke.
I was just thinking that. So we're seeing.
And what are those yellow dot bits?
Shall we see if we can zoom in and find out whether we can or not? Is another matter. That's.
Oh wow. They look
Oh, there's
wet.
actually hairs on there. They do look wet. I wonder if
It's not all liquid.
there's something to. I don't think they're liquid though.
They're not
See what they
visible
look
from the
like?
naked eye.
They look like amber.
Amber. Oh yeah.
Obviously, amber's a liquid, but not liquid. Amber's a.
Colour.
Oh, it's also a like a mineral.
Oh yeah.
But it's actually
colour.
it's actually made from resin from plants. So I think maybe it's a plant resin.
Oh.
Is that making it more or less? There we go. I'm going the wrong way.
Got one blurry.
So if it's a resin, now the thing about resin is resin's famous for being sticky. I wonder if we're getting something similar to what we're going to find in here, but I don't know.
Let me just feel it, because it doesn't.
It doesn't feel sticky though, does it?
I'll just go around the finger. It doesn't feel at all, and you can't really see it. If I touch it and then put it back underneath. Now try. Oh, there it is. There you go. Still, see, there's still some from the edges, but because I touched it, then it's just gone. But you can't really feel it.
So it must serve a purpose though, or it wouldn't be there. Plants don't put effort into.
Maybe for like little bugs, they'll be more easy to see for bugs, and then yeah.
So maybe it does something to the body. So we think. So you're thinking it might still do something to the
bugs, like, because I was thinking about that with the
yeah.
horse chestnut bud. So first,
It's going to be my microphone because I think that's been really loud, and I'm hoping I haven't
it's gone on you.
done any damage to the audio. I'm trying to go lengthwise. Do you want me to do that one? Because I can.
Yeah.
What you need to do is put your finger. You have to put your fingers in harm's way a little bit. So I don't want you to do that. So I'm going to go like that. So we're going to cut it lengthways down the centre like we did with the other one. There we go. And then this is going to go under.
It's green this time.
It is all green this time, isn't it?
But there it is.
Let's zoom out because we're getting
Okay, there you go. See with that bottom bit, which is kind of white, which I think might be the seed.
Yeah.
I think that one tried to start growing earlier.
Oh, look.
And that bit is like the thing.
So you got this bit that's white,
Very
but
bottom.
you know the bit that you saw that was light. That you said it was where the kind of where the energy was coming from. Or
Yeah.
the seed. I know you're calling it seed. I'm not sure whether seed's technically the right word, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes, where
Where it
starts
starts
to
from.
grow.
Yeah, that one looks like it's doing the same job, but it's dark green. Can you see? So between
The other seed, I think, was lighter.
was much whiter, wasn't it? Almost white, that bit.
It was light green, but this one's white, the seed.
Yeah, and then that bit there was lighter and it's darker on this one. But look, what we do seem to have is what are going to turn into leaves again around the edge.
You can see, you can see the leaves around the edge right there.
Yeah, and then this brown, I think, protective
Layer.
yeah.
To stop. So instead of now
And then
the first
I'll tell you what is different as well is the middle bit, the very middle bit doesn't look like it's going to, like it has ready formed leaves, like the edges. But the first one, it was like everything inside, it was like...
You can see the different, so it's really red, then brown, then different shades of green.
And then this bit,
and then the bit I was talking about the fertilizer before might be that bit that you just hurt.
And this bit in the middle, that bit in the middle doesn't look like leaves though, does it? It's green.
Let's see this other one.
Right, it should be the same, hopefully, because I cut it in half this time. More than half.
Wrong way.
Wrong way up. There we go.
Yeah, it looks the same.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be something interesting going on where, when they appear,
this piece.
the bit on the outside is going to be different to the bit in the middle. But we shall see. Right, so this one is an interesting one.
Spit.
Oh, you're going to pull that apart. You pull that apart first and see what we've got in there.
First of all, we have that thing that I said was the energy bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the energy bit and the seed. Now it's just inside, not the outside.
Right, let's get right in there then.
The outside seems to have different layers.
Actually, now we're getting smaller. Let's see if we can zoom in more as well. Oh, no, this is interesting. This is inside, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Those...
I think that's the opposite way around, so like the outside bit.
So is this the outside?
Yeah, no, there's
but
the
without
resin.
the cover on it?
Yeah, without the cover.
Look what there is lots of.
Or
that amber,
resin.
whatever it is. Yeah, that is interesting. So maybe...
Look how many layers there were that I managed to get.
Oh, right, we should look at them. So they, like the leaves that we pulled out, let's get right in on this as well. It's a bit in the middle.
I managed to find 5 layers, because when we were pulling it off, but I was pulling it out and I found that bit on the inside.
So that's the bit that joins onto the branch. Yeah. There's the bit at the between the two.
Definitely see where my finger's been at it.
Yeah, and then this is the very centre of the bud. If I can bring it up. See some of that. Oh, there's kind of white hairs and stuff.
Yeah, that's really heavy, and then down in the inside.
Yeah, and that's in the inside.
Looks like a gummy, those bits.
And they do look like gummy, don't they? Maybe they're really big. Maybe they are actually big cells or something. Let's see if we can zoom in on that because they are really interesting. I'm struggling to get a focus on it, but yes, look, they do look very gummy, don't they? Like very, like jelly. Wow! And then what did you get? The ones are the other layers.
I've got the layers, so I'll just put them all on, and then we can look at them individually.
Yeah. I'll come back a bit.
First of all, we have that piece. If we can focus it, there you go. Which seems to be not the outermost layer, but the second outermost layer, because it is the red bit with and then there should be a bit with brown.
Do you know what they remind me of?
What?
Do you remember what sepals are when you did it in school?
No.
Sepals are, they're a bit like modified leaves, and when a flower is coming into bud, they go around the outside of the petals and they protect them. And then when the petals open out, they kind of go underneath and they quite often wither away.
Like the garlic buds.
Like that kind of papery one on the garlic buds. And what is interesting is they're quite often not the same colour, so they're not always green. And if you look at this, that is looking quite red, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then was it this one?
That one, you just had a different one.
Is it this one? This is the new one, isn't it?
That's the new one, but that past one was a new one.
Right, so look at that one as well. And then that one's looking like a leaf, more like a leaf, but it's still got red bits.
That looks like the brownish bit from the inside.
Yeah.
And look at that other one again.
Past one side.
There you go. Look, that bit definitely, that seems to be the innermost layer.
Right, and then we'll just maybe before we finish.
Because then you can see that gummyish thing from that bit.
Take a really close look. Yes, and there's the gum on there.
There's some more amber.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amber on the edge. Now let's look at that piece.
Which one is it?
The furthest away one.
That's the one, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, that one. Oh, there it is. This one seems to be one of the inner layers.
Yeah.
Like just after the brown. Yes, and the last one, the outermost layer.
Is that one there?
Yeah, that one. You can
that's very red, isn't it?
Yeah, that bit was. I was pulling them out to see how many layers there were, and when I was pulling it out, that bit just came off the out.
There we go.
The bit.
Yeah, and look, there's those amber-looking things in there again. Excellent. Right.
Rosin.
Yes, rosin. Our rosin. I wonder if you could play a tiny violin using the rosin from there.
Resin?
Yeah, we call it resin and we call it rosin. It depends. We violinists have different names for it sometimes. So we'll zoom right out for this one. This one is quite interesting. This looks like a cluster.
Yeah, cluster of buds.
Of buds, doesn't it? And very brown as well, very woody.
Yeah, which was quite interesting. This one was the tree from the edible garden which we looked at.
There we go.
And with the horse chestnut thing, just before we were doing it, you knocked it on the floor, so now it's a bit dirty.
It is, yes. I'm not looking forward to picking that up. Well, I didn't knock it on the floor. I brushed past it, and it stuck to my hand, and then stuck enough to get dragged onto off the table, and then fell off my hand, fell on the floor, and now it's a little bit. So if you see any hairs on there, I'm assuming they're from the carpet. Let's try and get this. That's focused. I'm just struggling to
find it. There it is.
There it is. The problem is, of course, everything's upside down on a microscope, isn't it? There we go.
That's weird.
It is. It's very woody. Although I'm sure it's not really wood.
That would probably turn it around and be correct.
Well, if you turn it around, it's still up.
No, the microscope.
I'll look at that. Actually, yes, you're right. Actually, I wonder if we do it this way, which is upside.
No, I meant that bit there.
No, that actually works. Look.
Yeah, now that actually works. So that means.
It's because I'm used to having it that way around, as if I was looking down.
At the bottom,
we're doing that with a camera.
You can't really see it. See if you can just flip it up with that bit.
Well, let's see the bottom. There we go.
There you go. Look, you can see the kind of woody bit.
Yeah.
Just there, and then that bit, which I'm guessing, like most of them, is like the seed bit.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a face, the mouth, and then the two eyes.
Oh, it does.
And then those bits are like horns.
A bit of a devil. Yes, it kind of looks like a devil, actually.
Actually, if that bit's a nose, that bit's the mouth. Like a devil goat
I think
back.
we need to brighten this up a little bit. There we go, because it's so dark at the moment. So how are we going to carve this up?
I'm thinking if we just do it like that.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Right, woody.
Oops.
Not working. You try.
I'll have a try. In science lab, I once worked in a science lab when I was at school for work experience, and they have a special machine that cuts everything into really thin slices.
Oh.
A bit like
Someone made a stop motion with fruit where they cut really thin slices.
Yeah.
And then take a picture of it and cut it into a really cut off a really thin slice until it finished.
Oh, that sounds.
And like when they did it with an avocado, they kept the stone in it until they did it, and then put the avocado stone in different bits so it looked like it dropped and bounced. Let's find it now. Ooh.
Now this is looking really interesting.
If what I said was the seed,
yeah.
That little white sliver would be the seed. The outer bit would be fertilizer, like the reddish bit, and then outside would be a cluster.
Let's try and just zoom in.
I'm going to cut this one lengthways already,
idea.
That means we don't have to. The inside is easier to chop than the outer thing. Ooh.
This is quite interesting. This is not what I was expecting. Or maybe it is. Oh, look.
It's definitely not exactly what I was expecting, but somewhere near.
Look here. You've got the layers of leaves again at the tip there.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's like layers.
You've got to zoom straight. You've got to zoom right into it to
you
get
can kind of see it.
Yeah. Oops,
If
zoom
you can-
further. And
Can't
then-
really show it because it's.
We'll see what happens if we can focus it. There we go. I think that is the beginning of layers.
Yeah, and then it's got the the energy bit.
Yeah.
Because if the thing that's growing up to like spruce, like the leaves and stuff, if it's not getting any sunlight, then it's not going to do any good. So then it has to get energy somehow, or fake sunlight.
Yes, or stored sunlight.
Or stored sunlight.
Yes. Right.
And then, because...
So it's an energy store for the...
While it's trying to get out. And then it can grow like that. And then when it gets out to real real sun, it'll do that.
So this is this one of the tips that's been disassembled?
Yeah, I've got some disassembled bits.
This might help us see what's going on there. We're zoomed right in again, hopefully.
I'm going to take this other bit and then
let's just
see if I can do any scooping. Very good, that bit, because we didn't cut it exactly in half. You can see less, but it's still the same shape.
Look at this, I think. So the middle bit is like the buds that we've seen, where you've got almost like...
Seed and then stored sunlight.
Stored sunlight, which is the bit just...
The reddish bit.
The reddish bit.
And then most the outer leaves.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of crystally.
But look at these leaves here.
I'm not...
These ones here are like we've expected, where you've got like baby leaves, but they're kind of full leaves.
Yeah, and then when they come out, it'll do that.
There. But look at the ones on the edge.
They're kind of like...
They're really stumpy, aren't they? Very small.
Crystally.
Yeah.
They're like little tiny crystals.
There are, again, I wonder if is that energy. I'm starting to wonder what it is now. Is it protection?
Might be protection, because then the out bit will be that.
Look, there's some there. Let's see if we can zoom right in on it. Let's try and centralise it, and then increase the magnification to pretty much full magnification if we can. There we go.
See, the red bit looks like a crust, and then it goes down, and then you can...
Oh, there's the red bit. Yeah, is the red... I wonder if the red bit's like the...
The stored sunlight, like dried sunlight.
Yeah.
And then
behind there is the white...
little leaves. And then obviously in the middle is the seed.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with this one.
Wait, how it...
Seems to be very...
Wow. Look, you can see those little stems are like roots.
They are, aren't they? This is really complex. Well, the fact that it was 4 or 5 like buds together almost.
Yeah.
Meant
in
that
one bud.
In one bud meant that it was going to be complicated.
See some of the little
yes,
spikes from
let's
it.
have a look.
Oh.
Zoom out a bit. Oops.
That's zooming in.
That's zooming in.
No, it's not focused.
I've got it upside down, haven't it? Which means I move things the right way. But
Ooh, there's one of the insides of it.
yeah,
I think it has some more of that fake sunlight
yeah,
on it. Then maybe that's how it, because it'll find, if it runs out of that sunlight there, it'll try and get it. That's more of the seed.
yeah. They're almost like roots, aren't they? But obviously they're not roots because roots go into the soil.
Trying to get that seed out to see if we can just get it out of that piece.
And then that is
That piece which I've been excited for, which it's quite weird.
oh, there's something
Kinda like-
alive on there.
What?
There's something alive on there. Shall we zoom in?
But, oh yeah, there's a tiny little bug. Ew.
That
I think
must be
that's
so
been
small.
in your pocket.
Yeah, it's been in my
I didn't
pocket.
even know that that's been in there.
No, I didn't. I thought it was me nudging the camera, but it wasn't. It was a tiny bug. Can
Wow.
we catch it up with it? Have we lost it? No, there it
Oh,
is.
there it is. I remember when someone was looking at strawberries and salt under a microscope, and it was one of those really thing, and she had nearly broke it. She had dropped into the water
Yeah,
because she had put it underneath, and this bug just moved like that, and she was like, I just.
well, it would
just
have
dropped
looked
in-
massive in a thing, in a microscope, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is really woody, isn't it? We're not breaking this one down, are we? Shall we go for the big one then? Shall we go for
Yeah.
this? For the
Which I'm
horse
not very
chestnut?
excited for because it's probably going to be really dirty.
I don't think it's that dirty. It is a little bit dirty. We shall see. It's very sticky.
Yeah, I can really see the dirt.
It's really sticky. But once we get
Can't-
inside, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the dirt already.
To be fair, we might see.
Oh,
other
actually,
things
that's
on
just your finger.
there. Let's zoom out first.
So we can just lead in time.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that is disgustingly dirty.
It is. Well, it does pick. It is sticky, so it does pick stuff up. Let's zoom right out.
I'm
These
thinking
massive
the
complex birds.
stickiness is like to stop bugs from getting into it and like to stop bugs trying to actually get into it because like instead of just really trying,
Yeah.
it'll get stuck and then it'll try not to.
Let's try and turn the light up.
Also, maybe it's
There
a
we go.
protective layer to stop.
Well, it would
Looks
guck up.
fun.
Yeah, it would guck up any bug that was trying to get in there. Would just get so sticky, you wouldn't be able to move its legs. I don't think. There we go. Oh, now then, this is something that I didn't see before.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Apart
you can
from
really
the
you can
dirt.
actually see it. Oh,
Oh, I'm just going to. Something just popped up on the screen. You know, they said about the leaves.
yeah,
Now
that
I
one
can
also kind
see.
of has.
Layers that might make leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see it just from there.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to cut it in?
I do want to cut it in
Oh.
half. Oh, and shall we have a look at the bottom as well before
Yeah.
we do that?
Look, that's the little white bit that I
If I
was
can get in there.
showing.
It is.
Oh,
Oh, we don't need to turn the light down because the middle bit's blowing out a bit, isn't it? The wrong way
it's
again.
really white.
So apart from the white bit
You
reflecting
can kind
out,
of see
there you
the
go.
different layers, like there's
Yeah.
seed, and then maybe the
Yeah.
stored sun, dried sun,
Yes. Store. I think we say straws
stored sun.
stored rather than dried, but I know what you mean. And then when we store stuff, we tend to dry it. Oh, that is so sticky.
Oh, it's hairy. It's visibly hairy.
It is now. I wasn't expecting anything like this at all, but I don't
Yeah,
know
you
what to
can see it
expect
from
in there. There we go. There's my
Look
finger.
there. See? Kind
Now,
of
can I
see
get?
it.
There we go. It's trying
Try
to
and-
follow me.
And look, you can see just there. It's hair, foam, more hairy.
Trying to focus this up.
Focus it. And it's also quite interesting because, like, there's
There
a
we go.
tiny bit of seed there. Then the fake sun also is there, and then you can also see some more resin.
Yeah. Assuming there is resin, but it does look like it,
not
doesn't it?
amber.
Well, amber is a. When I said amber, it was a
You
kind of
can't-
resin. There's layers for
You can
leaves
actually
there.
see it on there.
Well, there's layers for leaves there.
There's tons of tiny layers.
Protective layer.
And then there's look more like
The bit where the energy,
even
we think
more
the energy is coming
sticky.
from.
yeah. I think that that's the seed, and then the energy comes. That's where it takes the energy.
This is getting really tricky because it's so sticky.
Maybe just actually move the thing instead of actually move the card and not it.
Well, I'd be moving the card, but my fingers are sticky now as well.
Oh wow! Okay, that bit's just taken off. Dig into it.
It's hard to tell what this stuff is.
Your arms on
the other one, isn't it? I'm going to drop that on the floor. I've got the other one under my arm.
Gonna get stuck on your hair.
So as you pull this out to take a look at it.
Oh, that one you can just put. It's foamy and springy like a cobweb.
It is. Wow, that is just like a cobweb. That is like a cobweb, isn't it?
Cobweb.
Let's
see that other bit. Oh wow, it's stuck on the knife now.
It's stuck on the knife.
You can see the sticky substance.
Oh, we can see what can we find that sticky substance? It is. I don't think we can. It's not. But we can see it. We can see it reflecting because the light's reflecting from the side, but because the light's going straight down and bouncing back from the lens, we can't see it from there. Can we?
From here.
Yeah, we can see because I think we can see the reflected light from the thing.
Yeah, and also it's kind of a different colour.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, right. So we pull these out.
Try and see that other.
So we're pulling these apart now. My fingers are really sticky now.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, there we go.
Isn't that a furry bit? Wow.
That is that furry bit.
It's weird, and you can still see the thing.
I'm going to have to clean the microscope afterwards, all the handles and everything.
Yeah, because now it's all over your hand.
It is all over my hand.
Ew.
So this is, because this is so much bigger, we can really pull those leaves apart. You can even see them on the webcam. Although I can't put them down.
Put them under the microscope.
I'm trying to, but I can't put them down because...
Let me try.
You try, because my fingers are so sticky. There we go. Oh, I'm getting to a mess here. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, look, that looks like quite a mature leaf, doesn't it? So that was the leaf.
No,
This is the thing that we pulled apart with more leaves in it.
Yeah, when I was talking about that little bit on the inside that's sticky, it actually does have a sticky layer, so when it gets in, the bug goes into the stickiness and gets stuck, even if it gets through the first sticky layer.
Right, yeah. That is so. That feels. Oh, there we can see the stick. There's the stickiness there. Now we've zoomed right in, and the light's reflecting around.
That's the stickiness.
Yeah, that's the thing there, and it feels really fluffy.
What do you think the stickiness is?
I think it would be a form of resin because resin is basically doesn't always dry.
When I was looking at it, because when we saw it, I did not expect it to be that much of that cobwebby. No,
I didn't, or fluffy. I thought it'd be like. Do you know what I was expecting?
I was expecting hard stuff.
Well, do you know what I was expecting?
What?
I was expecting loads of really tightly packed leaves, like that leaf that I thought that leaf there, which is just on the outside, would be all the way in.
Let's put the actual outside bit.
You know what we need to do? We need to start.
Look, there it is. See, kind of like a fingerprint. It feels really weird. Feel the inside bit.
I will do.
It's not sticky.
I'll use my little finger because everything else is covered now. Oh yeah, that is unusual.
Oh, you got a bit of cobweb on you.
I've got cobweb on me.
It's not really cobweb. That bit is actually the actual leaf.
Right. There we go.
That's really weird.
So these are so interesting. I think maybe we'll grab some through the spring as they start to change and see what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens to those. These bits here. I'll pull this apart if I can, so we can see it. Well, I want to look at this one.
Because like when we just did that video with just cleavers, and with the hooks, we could just keep on doing videos of them.
Yes,
maybe every month.
Yeah, a good idea actually.
Because then maybe in February it might have changed inside.
Yes.
Then in spring it'll start to grow, and when it's big.
So I just wonder what they are, because they're really well packed. Again, it's like some serious packing in here because it's got the sticky stuff to protect it.
Let me take this
really
big
tough
wood.
layer to protect it.
And then
like
another
cotton
sticky
wool,
layer.
another sticky layer,
Cotton wool.
cotton wool, and then I don't even know what they are. Because I don't think they're the leaves.
This thing is really dirty now. Now it's even got the cobweb thing in it.
Let's.
I'm just going to get the knife, which is now covered in...
Yeah, we've got some serious cleaning to do after this video, haven't we? Let's zoom right in.
I have to do it in the microscope. The board, cutting board, the knife, maybe even the table.
Yep.
I've got the outer layer off, and now look, there's the sticky layer.
There's the fibres.
Underneath it, look, I've got that top bit off, and there's another sticky layer.
Yeah. So some serious protection going on, and I don't even know what for.
Probably the seed.
What? So you're thinking the seeds are there already from the pre? But they puts. Well, it
like
puts flowers out. We've seen the flowers. They're the long,
the thing,
white ones.
Then we've seen the actual conker shell.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see the conker shell as well.
So are you thinking this is like the seed from last year was already? But what?
Not really from last year, so that means, wow. I haven't even been looking at the microscope yet, and I turned back to see that.
I know. I'm confused.
So what I'm doing, so what I'm thinking, is so basically, we're also going to have to clean our hands.
We are.
And so what I'm thinking is, so after all the conkers had dropped, the seed had started forming, and they had started storing the sunlight in with the flowers, and then it had put the layers around it after the conkers, and then it had got it. Because flowers collect. Because don't flowers and leaves collect sunlight? Because then they all connect.
Leaves do. Flowers don't. Leaves do.
Yeah. Anyway, and then all of the leaves collected it and put it, and then stored it, and then they put it into the bud.
Right.
And then all of the buds.
Too close. I can't really say close up.
Which then
on the lens.
Will.
That's
weird.
It is. It's not helping. I'm going to stop because it's not helping. I still have no idea what we've found there. We shall find out hopefully in the spring when it starts to change, and we see what they're changing to. Right, are we done for the day?
Next month.
Next month. Oh, well,
and the conker shells.
Month after
and
month.
The conker.
Yes, we've got 2 more months of winter, haven't we? Then spring.
Wait, with the actual conker, when we got the conkers out, some of them had that little bit inside. Maybe it's kind of like the cobweb. The cobweb was left over. That sticky stuff is.
It's like, oh look, that's really close to the sticky.
And hairy because of that.
Yes. Well, there's only one thing to do, and that is to closely observe how these change over the next 3 or 4 months, isn't it?
Yeah, because I've not really found anything from here yet. Anyway, got the layer off.
Yep.
Now we've got the inside layer, which is also again sticky.
It is.
Wait, my pinky's not sticky.
Yeah, it is sticky.
That is sticky.
It's sticky, isn't it? Yeah.
But not as sticky.
No.
That means we've got the outer layer, the inner layer, and the third layer in.
Yeah, and they're all sticky. Right then, are we done for the day? That's the question. As this comes into focus.
So I've got the inside bit out.
There we go.
We'll see the inside bit and then I'll stop.
There we go. So that's the one. That's the first non-sticky layer, isn't it? It is
not the first one.
And it has those fibres on it, even on the outside.
That was the inner bit.
It's inner bit, but it's the outer. It's the outside layer of the inner bit.
There's another. The fourth layer in. It's also sticky.
Right.
Just peeling off layer after layer. Let's see. The fifth layer. Wait. I think the fifth layer is sticky, but it's the green bit now. Got to the green bit.
Green and sticky.
But it's still a bit brown. And then I think the inner bits from there might not be sticky, hopefully. cutting that bit off. Yeah, the fourth bit inwards is not sticky.
Not sticky, that's right.
Look, the sixth thing and
so
the sixth thing and down is not sticky.
There we go.
That means 5 sticky layers. Wait, yeah, 5 layers of stickiness.
That is really really protective.
If I was a bug and I knew that, then I would definitely not try digging into one of those.
Yes.
I would try one of the. I would definitely try the blackcurrant bug because it's the least protective one.
That is true. Right, are we done for today then?
And it's also the least woody one.
It is the least woody one, isn't it? Are we done for today?
Yeah.
So what do we say?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye now.